You live under a rock, the 2026 NBA season is right around the corner, which means today I'm going to carry on my yearly tradition of trying to predict the final regular season standings from bottom to top. We are going to preview every team and I'll give you my thoughts on what we may see this year. Usually these sort of videos run a little bit too long, so today I'm going to do my best to keep things brief and not waste too much of everybody's time. Also, for the first time in my channel's history, I'm going to give you guys my picks on each team's Las Vegas over and unders. So if you're into that sort of thing, I've got you covered. Before we get started, please do me a big favor and like the video as it helps me out far more than I think you guys realize. Consider becoming a channel member if you want to support these videos directly, and subscribe for more basketball related content. I am trying to hit 1 million subscribers prior to All-Star Weekend, so let's make that happen. In today's video, we will be covering the Western Conference, and finishing dead last here, I believe, will be the Phoenix Suns. This year's Suns are a very odd bunch. Their entire roster is pretty much just shooting guards and centers. Devin Booker, Ryan Dunn, Grayson Allen, and newcomers Jalen Green and Dillon Brooks will be doing most of the creating and shooting, and the 4-man center rotation of Mark Williams, Nick Richards, Oso Ighodaro, and rookie Kamen Malawak will somehow be dividing up the 5 duties. I'm not really sure what to expect rotation-wise, really, but what I am expecting is a tumultuous season with plenty of trade rumors and what-ifs. Vegas has them at 31.5 wins. Give me the under. Up next, in 14th, I have the Utah Jazz. I was actually very tempted to move Utah up to the play-in contention, but the more I thought about it and compared, I just couldn't pull the trigger. During the 2026 season, I'm hoping we see another all-star caliber campaign from Lauri Markkanen, and I'm hoping we see another step forward in development from their young cast of guys that will hopefully be a part of this team's future playoff runs: Walker Kessler, Kyle Filipowski, and Isaiah Collier. And rookies Ace Bailey and Walter Clayton Jr. I am especially interested in following. Vegas has Utah at 18.5 wins, the lowest of any team in the NBA. I will be taking the over. Finishing 13th, I have the Memphis Grizzlies. Though I have them so low, know that I would have them in the play-in if they were in the East, but the West is just way too good this year. I think the addition of Ty Jerome to back up Ja Morant was great for them, because their lack of quality backup ball handlers was a huge problem last year down the stretch, but they still don't have many good shooters. Jerome, Santi Aldama, and Jaren Jackson Jr. are pretty much their only above-average long-range marksmen. Despite their shooting woes, I am excited though for year 2 of Zach Edey, as I expect him to establish himself as one of the league's top 10 centers. And rookie Cedric Howard will also be fun to keep tabs on, as he was a huge mystery man during the draft process. Memphis is not a bad team, but their final standing is going to be. Vegas has them at 40.5 wins. I will be taking the under. Finishing 12th, I have the Golden State Warriors. I know that last year they made major headlines when they acquired Jimmy Butler, and they did have some good playoff success, but he just doesn't move the needle much for me at this stage of his career. Stephen Curry is still a top 10 talent in the league, so he'll be awesome. But Butler is a weak shooter, which means the floor spacing won't be as good as it could be. I do like newcomer Al Horford though, as he will shore up their 5 spot and give them a second tall floor spacer alongside Quentin Post. Plus, maybe Draymond Green will be making his threes again this year. But as a whole, the depth of this team around the perimeter just isn't impressive. I anticipate we will see plenty more Jonathan Kuminga drama, and we all know how Butler hates both losing and playing alongside distracted teammates, so I expect lots of rumors and mainstream media conversation here. Vegas has them at 45.5 wins. I will take the under. Taking 11th and just barely missing out on the postseason, I have the New Orleans Pelicans. Zion Williamson appears to be in the best shape of his career, is what people say every single year, and 2026 appears to be no different. If he can stay healthy and further develop his shooting, Zion will be an all-star and New Orleans will be a contender. But I'm not betting on that. And unfortunately, the same, at least with injuries, pretty much holds true for his teammates. Herb Jones, Trey Murphy, DeJounte Murray, and Jose Alvarado are all crucial role players who are often sidelined. Even lottery pick rookie Derek Queen experienced a major injury already. I'm not sure if this franchise is cursed or what, but the talent is here. They just need to stay on the court. Vegas has them at 30.5 wins, which I think is actually a bit too harsh. I will be taking the over. Making the play-in at 10th, I have the Portland Trail Blazers. Last year, Portland made everyone sweat a little as they flirted with stealing a play-in spot from one of the supposed contenders, but this year, they will succeed. I love the Jrue Holiday addition. He will be a major upgrade to their starting point guard role with his defense, shooting, and most importantly, team leadership. He, alongside a well-rounded cast of prime win-now forwards like Jeremy Grant, Deni Avdija, and Toumani Camara, will be deadly on both ends. I also really like their young centers of Donovan Clingan and Hansen Yang. Both guys are full of potential. I expect Portland to play a lot of meaningful games this year as they push for the playoffs. Vegas has them at 35.5 wins. I will take the over. Finishing 9th, I have the Dallas Mavericks. Yep, I've got Dallas way down here. On paper, they look amazing, but injuries are a real problem with this team. I see no reason to expect all of Anthony Davis, Daniel Gafford, and Derek Lively to suddenly be healthy. And Kyrie Irving is already guaranteed to miss the first half of the year. They have some pieces that I do really like and trust, like obviously rookie number 1 overall pick Cooper Flagg, who is once again supposed to be the next best thing since LeBron. He'll be given a big workload immediately, and it will be really interesting to see how he handles it. Vegas has Dallas at 41.5 wins. I will just barely take the over. Finishing 8th, the Houston Rockets. Yep, I am not sipping the KD Kool-Aid. Houston had a really exciting team last year, but they were exposed in the playoffs for their poor interior shooting and unwillingness to launch the deep ball. Kevin Durant isn't going to help with this much. He is a mid-range master. That's the shot he is always looking for. It doesn't matter the score, the foul situation, or the defense. KD will force an off-the-dribble long two. And sure, he makes these at a great rate, but even an average three-point shooter generates more points per shot than KD's mid-range twos. And that's not to mention his frequent lapses in effort on defense. This is a young team that will be led by Reed Shepherd and Amen Thompson around the perimeter. There's not a lot of reps between those two. At least they have a terrific 5-man rotation though that I do really like. Alperen Sengun, Steven Adams, and Clint Capella are all veteran win-now players. Sengun probably is going to break into all-NBA conversation this year, but the West is going to be brutal. Vegas has them at 52.5 wins. I think that's way too many. I am taking the under. Finishing 7th, the Sacramento Kings. One of the least talked about teams, but I like this roster. Their two biggest name players, Zach LaVine and Domantas Sabonis, are coming off of a career years and are hungry to compete in the postseason. And the win-now depth around them is nice. Dennis Schroeder, Malik Monk, DeMar DeRozan, and recent signee Russell Westbrook, any team would love to have. And finally, I do adore this team's young talent. Devin Carter, Nick Clifford, and Maxime Reynaud all project to be good players in the modern NBA. I think too many people are just overlooking this team because they lack many been there done that names. But there is a lot of reason to be fearful of Sacktown in 2026. Vegas has them at 35.5 wins. I will be taking the over. Barely avoiding the play-in, taking 6th, I have the San Antonio Spurs. Victor Wembanyama will be the best player in the NBA in 2026. I am confidently picking him to win the Defensive Player of the Year award and make the All-NBA first team. But the MVP award unfortunately comes down to ESPN narrative, so it's too early to give a prediction there. The real question is, what can we hope to see from his teammates? Their point guard trio of De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle, and Dylan Harper will be interesting to keep tabs on as they all battle for the point guard of the future duty. Young wings Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson, and Jeremy Sohan are also looking to solidify their roles around Wemby. And their veteran depth they added over the summer in Kelly Olynyk and Luke Kornet, I really like. They both bring something to the table. This team has some question marks, but they also have the best player in the world. Vegas has them at 44.5 wins. I will take the over. Finishing 5th, I have the LA Lakers. The most talked about team by mainstream media will once again be the purple and gold in 2026. LA has some elite talent in their first five. LeBron James and Luka Doncic will be all NBA first team candidates. And guys like Austin Reeves and newcomer DeAndre Ayton, plus honestly Rui Hachimura, are all going to make a good argument to earn their first All-Star nod. But the depth beyond them just leaves you wanting more, especially with their injury history to LeBron and Luka. Guys like Dalton Knecht, Maxi Kleber, Jake LaRavia, and rookie Adou Thiero are going to be asked to do more offensively from time to time than I am sure the coaching staff would like. Plus, it's going to be interesting to see how LeBron James Jr. fares in his second year in the NBA. Will he start looking like somebody who actually belongs on the floor? Vegas has LAL at 47.5 wins. It will be very close, but I will take the over. Taking fourth, I have the Minnesota Timberwolves. Anthony Edwards is an all-NBA talent. Rudy Gobert remains a well above average interior defender. Julius Randle is looking to build off of a career year. And Naz Reid is locked down for the foreseeable future and should be everything they could hope for as a backup big. The uncertainty with this team is their point guard spot. None of Dante DiVincenzo, Mike Conley, or Rob Dillingham appear to be obvious starters. But I'm sure they'll find a rotation that works. Also, I'm excited to see their rookie centers in action. Joan Behringer and Rocco Zikarsky both are tall, long, and bouncy athletes. Hopefully, they can learn the game behind Gobert and turn into quality players. Vegas has Minnesota at 50.5 wins. I will just barely take the over. Finishing third, the LA Clippers. On paper, I believe this LA team may be one of the best in all of the NBA. But in reality, injury histories and their average older age have me worried too much to put them at the top of the conference. But I do love this team. James Harden, Bradley Beal, Kawhi Leonard, John Collins, and Ivica Zubac may be the best first five in the league. Plus, their win-now depth is awesome. Bogdan Bogdanovic, Derek Jones Jr., and Brook Lopez could all start on a playoff team right now. And the veterans Chris Paul and Nicholas Batum are a couple of the best minds in the sport. LAC will be one of the toughest outs in all of the NBA in 2026, but older teams do tend to coast during the regular season, and like I already mentioned, injuries are a real concern here. Vegas has them at 48.5 wins. I will take the over. Finishing second to give me the Denver Nuggets. For the first time in a long time, Denver's front office actually made moves to improve their championship contending team. Nikola Jokic should once again be a top 3 player in the world for now his 5th straight season. Yes, Jamal Murray and Aaron Gordon are terrific borderline stars around him, but their rotation has been abysmal beyond them for a while. This year, Cameron Johnson joins them as an upgrade to the small forward spot. Christian Braun enters year 4 and hopefully will continue his steady improvement trajectory. Their former championship-winning teammate and do-it-all wing Bruce Brown has finally returned to Denver. A real quality backup center in Jonas Valanciunas has joined the team to relieve the workload on Jokic's back. A streaky veteran floor spacer joins the rotation in Tim Hardaway Jr., and we are finally going to see former first-round pick DaRon Holmes in action. This Denver team looks like they're going to be awesome, and again, having an MVP threat in the middle is just an advantage that cannot be overstated. Vegas has Denver at 53.5 wins. I will take the over. But they will not be the winningest team in the West. That honor, I believe, will once again go to the Oklahoma City Thunder. The best team in the NBA last year is running it back in 2026. OKC has young stars like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Chet Holmgren, and Jalen Williams all looking to build upon their already amazing legacies. Win now elite role players like Lou Dort, Alex Caruso, Isaiah Joe, Aaron Wiggins, and Isaiah Hartenstein are also returning. And plenty of young talent is looking to establish themselves in the league, like Cason Wallace and rookies Nikola Topic and Brooks Barnhizer. There is a lot to fear from this OKC team. Personally, I'm not a fan of this bunch, particularly because of the playstyle of SGA being to find contact to bump into it, fall down, and shoot free throws, but the refs are calling it, I guess, so he's winning. Even if I don't like this style of basketball, it works. Vegas has them at a staggering 62.5 wins, the most in the league. I will be taking the under though. So there you have it, my complete 2026 NBA preseason preview and predictions. Please let me know in the comments your opinions, especially where they differ, and also tell me who you were rooting for this go-around. I think we are in for one of the most exciting seasons in NBA history this year, and I will be covering it all. Please like the video if you have not already, and subscribe for more basketball-related content. I will see you all next time.